Everyone. Whoa. I've unmuted everyone. Does anyone have a question you would like to ask?
Yot.
Yes.
When I focus the navel, lately I feel a heat spreading in my body.
You feel what? I didn't.
Hot, a heat, spreading in my body.
Good. That's, honestly, it's because that focus in the navel is allowing energy to move through the sex to activate Kundalini, and that's creating the heat. And the heat is burning impurities inside you. The heat is burning impurities. So it's really a good experience. It's something that is really working for you in a very deep way and a good way. And I can see it in you, Avram. You've changed a lot since you've started these classes. You're a lot quieter. There's more depth inside you. It's very good. This meditation has really worked well for you.
It is working good for me. But I was thinking, it is working really good for me. But then, because it's disturbing, it's so hot, I thought maybe this is my resistance.
Better than cold, huh? It's okay. Don't worry about it. It's working for you. That heat is just burning up impurities. That's all it's doing. And look, this isn't about getting comfortable here. And it's not about finding some comfort zone and living in it. It's about finding what's keeping you from growing and then making the effort to break that down, to get rid of it inside you. And that's an effort. That's never a comfort zone. I mean, people often think that meditation is about just getting comfortable with life. Real meditation is learning how to master yourself and master life. And to truly, get to a place where you can be balanced inside. and excuse me, that's a journey. It's really a journey. And it's kind of a wonderful journey, from point A to point B, which is truly a journey of learning how to master all the discordance that's inside us, to confront it and not be afraid of it. And then to truly, enable it to give us a life instead of constantly, tearing us apart and making us neurotic and unhappy. And, So, what I'm saying is, look, I know people do hatha yoga, they do all kinds of stuff just to get relaxed. That's what you should do before you sit down to do this work, because this is not just getting relaxed. This is truly plummeting the deepest areas inside yourself, opening, making room inside yourself for God to live. And it's more than just relaxation. It's, it's really, an excavation. It's like archaeology, There's tapping resources and energies that are ancient inside us, that have been buried. And we need to learn how to use the meditation to do this. And as I said to somebody earlier today who called me, meditation is not it's not a spiritual life. Meditation is the craft that you learn to master. And by mastering that craft and mastering your inner self and transforming all the discordant elements inside yourself into harmony, into balance, into love, you begin to have a spiritual life. Because a spiritual life goes on 24 hours a day. It doesn't stop when this class stops. It's all day long. Everything we do is spirit, is part of God. So we need to learn to master the one thing that keeps everything we do from really having balance and harmony. And that's the discordance within ourselves. All of the stuff that, anxiety and tension and fear and insecurity that, almost runs rampant inside people. So this meditation is, it's doing this. So that what happens is the byproduct of it is we have a spiritual life, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. We are quiet, we're open, we're happy, we're grateful for our lives. We do each moment of our lives as consciously as we can possibly do it. We live in the moment and we don't live in the mind, which takes us from the past to the future, to the past to the future, and makes us crazy. That is the byproduct of meditation. And meditation is just simply a craft that will enable a human being to do what I'm talking about. And part of it is you begin to feel heat. You begin to feel, things open inside you. You also begin to feel resistances inside that have been there since, maybe, who knows, 50 lifetimes ago. And that resistance is telling you you're ready to open. It's not a negative thing. It's just telling you you're ready. And then you have the craft of this inner work that we do to truly open and tap what's behind the resistance. So, it's not just getting, yes, it gets us relaxed, it gets us comfortable, it gets us quiet. The mind gets quiet, the heart gets open, we're balanced inside. It does all these things, but that's part of the craft of building a system that enables us to have a spiritual life, literally 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. We become a child of God. But, it's the journey. It's like Ulysses trying to get home, I mean, the Cyclops, this, the that, the other, that's what, it's the same kind of journey. And we have a craft that enables us to take that journey, to master all of these things that try to interfere with us, truly become a child of God living in the world, having a spiritual life. And as I've said a million times, there are two people in this class that are going to have a spiritual life the same way. Every single one of us is unique, and that energy flows through us in a unique way. And every single one of us has their own personal mission and destiny of what they have to do in the world. All we're trying to do here is to get harmony, balance, so this energy can flow through us and allow us to do what we were born here to do. And also allow us to accept our limitations. Because without accepting your limitations, you're never going to be able to move on. You got to know what to work against. Otherwise, you have to know the enemy if you're going to win the war. If you don't know the enemy, you're really in trouble. And the war is not out there, it's inside. The out there doesn't fix anything, it doesn't do anything, it just creates havoc and nonsense. Inside, it really fixes life. We fix ourselves and the world around us changes. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? I hope this is clear, because it's so important. And it also gets rid of all expectations about the way we things, what we are supposed to experience in opposition to what we really experience. And that really does damage when people have, I'm supposed to be this, and suddenly they're that. But that's what they really have to work with, not this, that, And they get all upset and angry because it's not this, it's that. Well, that's what you got, work with it, grow with it, transform it. Maybe it'll become this, who knows, or it'll become something else. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? I hope this is clear. It took me many years to learn all of this. I was born with a lot of gifts, but it took many, many years of working on myself to develop these things, just so I can sit here and talk about this quietly, simply, understandably. It's like writing a book. It takes years to master the craft so you can write a sentence, I mean that. And then it gets juicy and delicious and sweet and loving, and it becomes something that nurtures the people in our lives. And I think we all want to live that way. I think it's very important to live that way.
You practice this, taking this energy through the day?
Mm-hmm.
Are you taking this energy during the day?
At this point in my life, I just live with this energy.
It's open all the time.
I've trained myself to the point where this energy just comes and it's in my life. I mean, I'm not as active as I used to be when I was, 30, 40 years old, but the energy just comes. How else can I do these classes? I mean, I do 7 classes like this a week, and probably today there's going to be 50 people between here and what goes on in the Americas. Where does that energy come from? It's years of training that enables my system to do this. Plus, I'm starting to run a business again, which I swore I would never do. I was so tired of it, but I got to make some money. So, and it's all coming. It all comes. I mean, I say, okay, suddenly the art I'm starting to find, instead of going to India and Nepal and China, I go to North Carolina, I go to California, Rhode Island, and I'm finding all these things that are really exotic and wonderful that I have to use to build a business. It all comes if you're open. They serve you. The universe has to serve you because one does God's work in the world and they have to serve you. So it comes.
It's amazing life.
Yeah, it's amazing. It is amazing, and I don't understand it. I just do it. And I'm so grateful that I can pass it on to all of you because that's really what my work is, to pass this on.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. God bless you. I like the way you're growing up very much. It's really very good. Very good. Does anyone else have a question they would like to ask? Okay, well, God bless you all. And in all humility, I want to thank everybody for being here and for helping me to grow and for learning from you the things that I have learned in the last year. It's been amazing. God bless you all.
Thank you, Stuart.
Thank you.
Thank you.
God bless you.
Okay.
See you on Tuesday.
Thank you.
You're welcome.